Chapter 841, Invasion of the Creeps. At the Sector V treehouse in the middle of our courtyard, Yuko, Sheen, Lola, and the Sector V KND members were watching TV and number 362 was with them. Sheen: so this is the kids next door? Yuko: yep. It's a powerful ultra-secret organization that is designed to protect all kids from the evil of adult tyranny. Lola: and these are not the adults we know like our parents. These are adults that are evil villains. Sheen: wow. Who was the most insidious one of them all? Number 5, that would be the common cold. Yuko: you would not like this guy Sheen. Yuko went over the common cold's history. The common cold is an eternally ill villain who wishes to spread his cold to everyone else in the world. He uses a machine to fire mucus from his nose at his enemies. He can routinely be defeated with orange juice. The common cold first appears in Operation Tommy, in which number 2's brother, Tommy, aids the common cold out of jealousy for the KND, building a machine for him that transforms him into the flu bug. Number 2's mother used chicken soup to counter the machine and defeat the villain. The common cold never got a starring role in an episode again, but made several minor appearances. He is the boss of Operation SNOTBOMBER in Operation VIDEOGAME. In Operation SNOWING, it is revealed that he is the uncle of Anna Worthington, and was responsible for making number 1 sick to keep him from interfering with Jimmy's plans. Sheen: geez. I had no idea he was that sick. Yuko: yet. He is a really disgusting villain. He was always sick and wanted to give the whole world eternal sickness. The flu can kill you. Lola: yet. It's horrible. Sheen: that's sick. Who was the lamest villain of the KND? Number 4, Australian accent, that would be the Toiletnator. He was the stupidest villain we faced. Sheen: what was he like? Yuko: he was a comic relief villain. Not all the villains we faced are that powerful. He was mostly used for comic relief. Lola: yet every superhero or superhero team has to have a villain that's comic relief. Sheen: what does the Toiletnator do? Lola went over his history. If you can call it that. The Toiletnator, real name Lou Pottingsworth III, is a pathetically weak and incompetent antagonist, being considered the lamest villain in the KND world and absolutely no threat at all. He's a toilet-themed supervillain who is disregarded as a threat by the KND and considered an embarrassment or liability by other villains, in part due to his ridiculous, even by KND villain standards, motif. He possesses the power to control toilets and shoot toilet paper from his arms, which on occasion has actually been shown to be somewhat effective. In the comic story, Operation HISTORIE, Toiletnator's origin is revealed. He'd once been Lou Pottingsworth III, an executive for Evil Adult Industries Inc., before he was assigned by father himself to become part of his company's operation to mass-produce their new vegetable, asparagus. But when the kids next door attacked the factory building site, Lou hid in a porta potty and was trapped in there for several days when it was knocked under a large mass of rubble, forced to eat nothing but urinal cakes. There, he was visited by the almighty protector of potty, some form of toilet god, who'd chosen him to be its knight, the only reason being that he'd been the only one to use the bathroom in a while, and bestowed him with toilet-based powers, which he used to punish kids who wrote on the bathroom walls, misused toilet paper, and forgot to flush. He first appeared as a joke character in Operation N.O.P.O.W.U.H, where he auditions to the delightful children from down the lane for the task of destroying Sector V, but is rejected and ejected through a window. In Operation QUIET, he is one of the many characters who attacks the Sector V treehouse while number 1 is asleep. In Operation MOVIE, number 4, while disguised as an adult to get into Violence, the movie, which is actually a supervillain meeting held by Mr. Boss, he sits next to Toiletnator, who forms a one-sided friendship with him. After his identity is revealed, Toiletnator feels betrayed and blames him for ruining the plan he proposed, which was to capture number 4, and declares him his arch-nemesis. This rivalry is continued in Operation FLUSH. In a comic story, Operation H.I.S.T.O.R.I.E, it's revealed that the Toiletnator is actually number 4's uncle and Sydney Beetle's long-lost twin brother. Toiletnator in Operation FLUSH stated that he wanted Mr. Boss to invite him to go bowling on Tuesdays. In Operation MISSION, where Toiletnator finally gets to go bowling with Mr. Boss, number 4 apparently blackmailed a group of villains into aiding him by lying and stating that they had consumed poisoned soda, and Mr. Boss agreed on the conditions that the Toiletnator is not given the antidote. Operation FLUSH features Toiletnator as the main character. After being shunned once again by his fellow villains, with Mr. Boss recanting a past incident where he let number 1 into their secret lair even though the operative's only disguise was a t-shirt with "I am not number 1" written on it, he attempts to prove his worth to them by becoming the Toiletnator and destroying the kids next door. Unknown to him, however, the other villains have already initiated their attack on the Sector V treehouse only to find that the KND are away from home and have taken it over for themselves. Toiletnator arrives at the treehouse and, believing his allies to be Sector V, single-handedly dispatches all of them in a brief moment of competence. Night Brace, who he believes to be number 4, is brutally flushed down a toilet. A similar situation happens in Operation CANYON, where Toiletnator unknowingly ruins the other villains' plans by destroying Mr. Boss's submarine. In Operation CHOCOLATE, he cameos being seen in Kids Next Door Arctic Base prison cell next to the iguana talking to 2 other older toilet-based villains, presumably his parents. Another instance where Toiletnator demonstrated himself as a formidable combatant was in Operation ZERO, where he is the first person to be turned into a senior city zombie by Grandfather. Later in the movie, he attacks number 1 and his father in their house, and successfully zombie-fees Tommy, who also happened to be there. In Operation AWARDS, Toiletnator loses the award for Best Toilet-Themed Villain to Potty Mouth, much to his disappointment, and his tuxedo gets covered from Common Cold Snot Bomber. He was last seen in Operation INTERVIEWS checking out the rides at the amusement park that made him so dizzy he threw up, instead of competing in the scavenger hunt like most of the other villains. Sheen, boy, he really was that stupid. Yuko, yep. The Toiletnator was a dumb one. We didn't kill him, so we banished him to an island off the southern tip of Africa. We call that island the Island of Losers. Sheen, that's good. Number 1, but the most dangerous villain we faced was our ultimate enemy, Father. Sheen, I heard about him. He was the leader of the adult villains. Yuko, he was without a doubt the toughest adversary me and Lola ever faced. Lola, I faced him first. Then Yuko the second time. Sheen, what was he like? Yuko, he was the worst. Sheen. His goal was to kill all the children, and in doing so, he was going to wipe out the entire human race. He was genocidal, tyrannical parent. Yuko went over Father's whole history. Father was the brother of Monty Uno, number 0, and son of Grandfather. Unlike his brother, Ben was too afraid to rise up against his father, and ran away. He later grew resentful of his brother overthrowing their tyrannical parent. At some unknown point, he gained his powers and became the villain known as Father. He secretly kidnapped Sector Z and turned them into the delightful children from down the lane, adopting them as his own children, resulting in the kids next door losing all contact with Sector Z, until the events of Operation ZERO, when number 1's father Monty, number 0, discovered the truth and temporarily recommissioned them. In a crossover with Villainous, it's revealed that he buys his technology from the Black Hat organization. However, it's uncertain if this info is canon. As a child in Great Britain, Benedict Uno was terrified of his own father, being extremely obedient despite his dislike for the man. When Monty Uno decided to rebel against grandfather, Benedict insisted that they would stand no chance against him, and, as a result of his cowardice, he did not join Monty in the uprising, which ultimately did prove successful. Sometime between this incident and the present day of the series, Benedict took up his father's mantle as the king of evil and ultimate oppressor of children, became a demonic being similar to grandfather, and vowed to destroy the kids next door. He also moved to the United States. At one point, father created the Delightfulization Chamber, a device designed to turn any kid into a mindlessly obedient and perfectly behaved child, most likely as a precaution for what happened between Monty and grandfather, from happening to him. The first working Delightfulization Chamber was used on Sector Z. During the Delightfulization process, the machine blew a fuse for reasons unknown, caused it to explode, and amplified its effects 11 billion-fold, which created the delightful children from down the lane, who from then on, would be father's children and most powerful allies. Other notable minions of father include the Ice Cream Men, Six Gum Gang, and the Teen Ninjas, including his apprentice, Cree Lincoln, and his captain, Chad Dixon. Father does not directly control the majority of the KND's rogues gallery, but frequently employs the services of other villains who, while otherwise operating independently, are readily willing to serve him. Even the delightful children frequently appear without father. Father is occasionally seen attending the villain meetings of Mr. Boss, who regularly functions as a leader of the series' lesser villains or as a second-in-command. In operation, C.A.K.E.D.F.O.U.R and the comic story Operation, HISTORIE, father is said to be the head of a company called Evil Adult Industries Incorporated. It is also implied that father employs several children similar to the DCFDTL throughout the world, as shown in the interesting twins from beneath the mountain and rowdy hooligans from across the square. Father was first encountered by Sector V in Operation G.R.O.W.U.P, in which he admonishes the DCFDTL for their repeated failures against the KND. He allows his children to use the really incredibly destructive machine to destroy the Sector V treehouse. In the process, the delightful children also manage to transform Number 1 into an adult with the Age cigar. The remaining members of Sector V infiltrate the delightful mansion from down the lane to retrieve the cigar, with Number 1, now Mr. Uno the Ice Cream Man, joining them to defeat the delightful children. Sarcastically applauding Uno's success at defeating a bunch of little kids, father attacked with his devastating fire powers, but Sector V was able to triumph by covering him with all the ice cream in Mr. Uno's truck. As Number 1 aged himself back to his old self and escaped with his team, father could only lie on the floor, weakly ordering the DCFDTL to get his sweater. His second major appearance was in Operation GRADUATES, the culmination of a story arc consisting of several loosely related episodes. Here, he activates a device which creates a rapidly expanding energy field that turns all KND operatives caught in it into animals. However, the field's reliance on the KND code module for its targets backfires when Tommy Gilligan decommissions himself, gaining immunity to the energy field. He proceeds to upload the DNA of the DCFDTL, and father himself, into the KND code module, making them viable targets for their own weapon. Transformed into a panther, father was locked in his own mansion's cages, allowing Tommy to free his trapped comrades and destroy the device producing the energy field. With the energy field gone, father returned to normal, but the KND were long gone by the time he escaped his own prison. Although Tommy's actions defeated him at the time, father's failed scheme would bear surprising fruit in Operation IT. With his DNA in the code module, he was technically a KND operative, thus, he was able to infiltrate their moon base. Coincidentally, he arrived during the annual competition for leadership, a worldwide game of tag, since nobody actually wanted the job, and Number 2 was using the code module to track his fellow operatives. Currently with 10 seconds left to get rid of the status, Number 2 threw open a door and blindly tagged the person behind it. Unfortunately for him, father was that person. As the villain gloated, The clock struck noon, officially making Father the supreme leader of the KND. Convening the irate operatives in the KND Super Convention Center, Father explained how his DNA was loaded into the code module by Tommy, thereby making him a member despite his age and decidedly anti-kid sympathies. Number 86 and her team attempted to decommission him on the spot, but Father invented a new rule on the spot that prevented her from doing so. After the decommissioning squad stood down, Father claimed that he had turned over a new leaf, thus, he declared his intent to destroy all broccoli in the world. This action won most of the operatives' trust, allowing him to dismiss them to their tree houses with minimal resistance. However, it was a ploy to put his foes in the way of his real aim, by infecting the KND treehouse central root system with a patent-pending broccoli virus. Father planned to transform all tree houses into broccoli farms, thereby weakening the KND operatives and providing enough broccoli to feed every kid in the world. Number 1 and number 362 attempted to trick Father into making them supreme leader, by complimenting him and offering advice on being supreme leader, respectively, but the villain was not fooled, that is, until he bragged about how he was carelessly tagged by number 2 and demonstrated on number 362, at which point 362 panicked and tagged the DCFDTL, who then panicked and tagged Father again, but in the process successfully started another game of tag. Father then created an army of clones to attack and confuse them until his status became permanent at noon. However, his statement that no one liked broccoli proved to be his undoing. No happier about Father's plan than the KND, the delightful children returned the code module to the operatives, who used it to track the real Father and eliminate his clones. For his last defense, Father attempted to protect himself with a solid wall of broccoli, only for number 362 to heroically chew through the mass, pin down Father, and threaten him with a piece of broccoli unless he relinquished his authority by tagging her. After Father and the delightful children were removed from the base, their DNA was extracted from the code module to prevent a repeat of the incident. As the secondary antagonist in Operation ZERO, Father employs the help of nearly every villain in the universe and organizes a massive attack on the kids next door seriously cool museum of artifacts and stuff, which appears to be a diversion for Sticky Beard's armada to attack the moon base. However, the museum is Father's true target, more specifically, the seemingly broken recommissioning module. Back at the convention center, Father reveals that the module is actually fully functional, having been repaired by number 86 to restore the memories of Sector V in the aftermath of Operation END, but requires the DNA of a current KND operative to activate. Fortunately, number 1 arrives to reclaim the device, allowing Father to extract one of his boogers after Kree immobilizes him. As another teen ninja traps the rest of Sector V, Father taunts number 1 with the fact that he was counting on his attempt to retrieve the module, gleefully declaring that his failure will spell the end of the kids next door. With the recommissioning module activated, Father uses it to restore the grandfather's memories, intending to rule the world alongside him. Instead, Grandfather calls his son a failure and orders him to leave, correctly pointing out that Father only restored him because he couldn't beat the KND himself. Dejected, Father tosses the recommissioning module in the trash and heads back home to wallow in self-loathing. Consequently, he is not transformed into a senior city zombie, and his home becomes one of the only places in the world left unchanged by Grandfather's powers. Towards the end of the movie, the newly reawakened number 0 goes to his brother for help and offers him a second chance to stand up to their father alongside him. Father ultimately accepts the offer, and during the confrontation with Grandfather, goes into a violent rage against his abusive father, only to immediately and abruptly abandon the fight due to a lack of willpower, saying that he no longer cares about anyone or anything else in the world at this point. At the end of the film, after the kids next door moon base is launched at Grandfather, Father is seen in the kitchen of his partially destroyed mansion. Looking over his shoulder at the carnage, the villain declares that he hates everyone, before returning his attention to his table. In Operation MUNCHIES, Father appears as one of the many villains shopping at the supervillain supermarket and deli. He is the first character to claim the last box of Rainbow Munchies, only to be interrupted by Mr. Boss, Count Spankulot, and Sector V in rapid succession. This leads to a massive free-for-all as everyone in the store scrambles to buy the cereal, with Father being taken out early on when the kids trap him in a barbecue. However, Father frees himself in time to cut off the kids' escape, incinerating their ship, stolen from Sticky Beard. After being briefly distracted by a sea of popcorn, popped by proximity to his flames, Father demanded the cereal from number 5, only to realize that Nightbrace had purchased it in the confusion. He insisted that Nightbrace share the rainbow munchies with him, only to learn that the dental-themed fiend actually planned to destroy the cereal. Infuriated at this callous disregard for rainbow munchies, Father formed a brief truce with Sector V and the other villains in order to beat up Nightbrace. Afterwards, he was seen contentedly eating a bowl of rainbow munchies with the other characters. Father was also involved in some of the later and more elaborate CAKED episodes, namely Operation C.A.K.E.D.F.O.U.R and Operation C.A.K.E.D.F.I.V.E. In the latter, his ancestors, the annoyingly cute triplets who lived upon the hill and their mother, who is Father's great-grandmother, are mentioned. In Operation INTERVIEWS, the series finale, Father turns into a dragon after losing his pipe during the episode's climax. At the end of the story, it is revealed that he is the person interviewing the now grown-up members of Sector V in the present day, but it's revealed that numbers 2 through 5 had simply tricked Father into thinking that number 1 was still off in outer space somewhere as part of the galactic KND, because through a phone call between numbers 5 and 1 reveals that by this point, number 1, now an adult, has returned to Earth, and was implied to be waiting for his old teammates on the KND Moonbus. The whole setup was done most likely to get rid of Father by having go into space after his nephew to finally retrieve his missing pipe after all these years. Chin gasped in sheer horror. Chin, I can't believe he was that pure evil. Yuko, yet. His goal was to kill all the kids so that adults can rule. But he never realized that by doing so, he would be wiping out the entire human race. His crimes would be considered an act of genocide. Chin gasped. Sticky Beard, I know lass. I can't believe me and me crew were working for that monster. Number 3, that's okay Sticky Beard. Number 2, but thank goodness Yuko and Lola killed him. Yuko, yep. Father deserved it for all his crimes. Then the door kicked over and in came number 1's ex-girlfriend Lizzie Divine. Lizzie, Nige. They turned and they saw her. Yuko, oh no. Chin, who is she? Yuko, that's number 1's ex-girlfriend, Lizzie Divine. Yuko revealed her history. Elizabeth Lizzie Divine, or Number Vine, is Nigel's ex-girlfriend. Years later, she is revealed to actually be a galactic-level operative disguised as a human. She first appeared in the self-titled Operation LIZZIE, in which she uses a mind control helmet on her boyfriend in order to stop him from ditching her to spend time with the kids next door. In subsequent episodes, Lizzie is largely a neutral character. In Operation DATE, she earned the temporary position as number 49 when number 1 told her coming to the dance was a mission. She appeared completely oblivious to the delightful children from down the lane's brainwashing of all the party guests and insisted on having her picture taken even after it became obvious that the camera was a brainwashing device. After that, Nigel hurts her feelings and said that it was never a date and didn't care if she thought so, and was seen sad after Nigel slammed the door right in front of her face and called her date crazy. Right before the Delightfuls were about to delightfulize Nigel, Lizzie stepped in with a glass of cherry punch from the party and shouted, "Nigel Uno. I'd like a word with you." The Delightfuls asked what the meaning of this was, but Lizzie was so angry and just replied rudely and loudly, "Shut up." After Lizzie gave a speech to Nigel, she tried to wet him with her punch, but he jumped out of the way and the punch landed on the master fuse box. Nigel grabs Lizzie and hugs her, telling her that she's brilliant. She replies by saying, "Now, was that so hard?" Outside, the mansion blows up into fireworks as they and the Delightfuls run outside as the mansion is destroyed because of Lizzie's glass of punch. Nigel, while frequently annoyed by Lizzie's antics, deeply cares for her and usually makes up with her for whatever animosity has ensued at the end of the episode. However, every other member of the KND tend to groan every time she appears. At the end of Operation GIRLFRIEND, Lizzie breaks up with Nigel after he leaves her several times during their date to attend to the imminent danger present to them, courtesy of the KND Splinter Cell. Also, she was tired of him always putting the kids next door before her and neglecting spending time with her. She was last mentioned in Operation TREATY by Kooky, mentioning to Nigel at a rather bad time that Lizzie dumped him cold. She also appears in the comic Operation REBOUND, which takes place after she had broken up with Nigel. She enters the treehouse during an attack by the Delightful Children's Robo-Turkeys. Number Vine. Lizzie's true identity is revealed in Stop the GKND. Number Vine is an operative of the Galactic KND. She has a Facebook page used to upload promotional content for GKND, spin-off pitch. Number Vine also later created a Tumblr page and a YouTube account. Appearance. Number Vine looks like a potted plant turned upside down, giving a squid-like appearance. She has white, beady eyes, and 5 hanging vines that act as limbs. *****. Sheen. So there's an intergalactic version of the kids next door? Number 362. That's right. It's the highest branch of the KND. Number 1. I was chosen as a representative of Earth's kids next door to join the Galactic KND. Number 1 revealed their history. *****. It is the highest branch of the Kids Next Door organization, its existence unknown by even number 362. Only one KND operative per planet may be chosen to join the ranks of the Galactic KND, a decision which is made through an elaborate and highly secretive process. During the final season of Codename Kids Next Door, number 1 is chosen to be Earth's Galactic KND operative. At the end of Operation INTERVIEWS, he passes his final test and confronts number 74.239, upon which the existence of the Galactic KND is revealed to him and the viewer. It is said that he would be unable to ever return to Earth, but in the end of the movie by number 5 welcoming number 1 back, it is therefore revealed that number 1 had returned to Earth by the time of the interview. In the GKND prologue trailer, it is revealed that the Galactic KND are very much like their Splinter Cell cover-up, a corrupt, adult-hating organization who are delusional, genocidal hypocrites bent on the destroying all life forms over the age of 13 in the universe, and they consider adulthood to be a disease that needs to be destroyed at any cost. It is strongly hinted that number 74.239 is telling number 1, including Monty Uno, Mrs. Uno, and possibly Sector V, half-truths and lies to cover up the Galactic KND's evil deeds and true motives. In the new series trailer, it's implied that the Galactic KND are actually much more sinister than previously believed, being willing to actually destroy adults and teenagers and planets that they deem as infested with adults and teenagers. This coincides with their cover, the Splinter Cell, who were believed to want to eradicate the world of all adults and teenagers instead of just the evil ones. It also expands on their claims in Operation INTERVIEWS that adulthood is a disease. It is hinted, the Galactic KND are the main antagonists of the sequel series, because they plan to rid the universe of all adults and teenagers. It is also presumed that number 1 has been either corrupted or manipulated by the Galactic KND to become their pawn or loyal servant. Sheen gasped. Sheen, so the Galactic KND wants to rid the universe of all adults and teens? That's crazy. Number 1, it was. But luckily I managed to convince them that what they are doing is wrong on so many levels and that we should let Team Loud Phoenix Storm handle it all. Sheen, that's a relief. Lizzie, why did you leave me, Nige? We were so great together. Sticky Beard, lass, did it ever occur to you that you were too clingy to him? All you were doing was thinking about yourself. He was always fighting for children everywhere against adults like me. Cree, and against teens like me. Not to mention that if he always spent time with you, father would have destroyed the kids next door if Lola hadn't shown up. Lizzie, don't even start, Lincoln. Joining me gay's friends made you soft. The old you would have had me crying at your feet by now. Cree, getting annoyed, well, the new me's going to beat you black and blue if you don't back off. Number 1, Lizzie, Sticky Beard, and Cree are right. Yuko, you were being too clingy to him and that resulted in your relationship becoming too toxic. Lola, that's right Divine. You need to realize that when you get like that, you're bound to mess up a relationship. Number 362, that's right Lizzie. Number 1 and I are the right kind of couple. Because he has always been there for me. Number 1 blushed. Yuko, so adorable. Lizzie was enraged. Lizzie, if I can't have me gay, no one can. Lizzie then pulled out a blaster and Yuko fired a powerful blast of fire at it and destroyed it and burned Lizzie's hands. Yuko, you don't deserve to be in number 1's life. Yuko snapped her fingers and Lizzie's head was burning, and when the flames went away, Lizzie was confused. Lizzie, where am I? Lola, what happened to her? Yuko, flames of amnesia. It burns all the memories of certain events and destroys them permanently. Lizzie, whoa. What happened? My head hurts. Lizzie left. We would never see her again. Number 1, thanks Yuko. Yuko, no problem number 1. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. In the estate we were talking to the KND. Kenai, Nigel, I want to let you know that you did the right thing breaking up with Lizzie. Your relationship with her was toxic. Number 1, I know Kenai. Lizzie and me weren't meant to be. Me, if that had gone on any longer, it would have been a match made in hell. I watched a lot of crime documentaries and saw a lot of people get killed by their spouses. Lana, why would they do that? Lainey, there are lots of motives behind it. Most of it is centered around money. But it's other things too. Marriage gone bad, divorce, custody battle, hatred, vengeance, insane, anything. Lana, that's awful. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Nico, Thundercracker, Kickback, Sky Warp, and Jetfire were over in the desert looking for more Transformer stasis pods. They found one. Nico, there it is. They went over to it. Kickback, hang on. I know that bot. That's Sunstorm. Nico, another comrade of yours? Thundercracker, that's right boss. Sky Warp, let's activate him. They did so and he awoke. Sunstorm just got out of the stasis pod. Sunstorm, oh man. Where am I? Thundercracker, you're on Earth. Sunstorm. Sunstorm, Thundercracker, Kickback, Sky Warp. Nico, we have a lot of explaining to do. By the way, I'm Nicholas Chan, but everyone calls me Nico. I'm now the new leader of the Decepticons. Sunstorm, what happened to Megatron? Nico, he's dead and so is Starscream. Nico explained everything that went down. Sunstorm, so, Starscream's dead? Sky Warp, yep. He and Megatron are the only Decepticons who didn't change their ways when we met JD and the others. Thundercracker, sure, everyone else got hit with combo attacks. But Nico and the others made sure they got healed up afterwards. Although Soundwave, Frenzy, Thrust, and Dirge did get revived. Sunstorm, good. Screamer deserves to be with the Allspark for all the crap he did. Jetfire, Australian accent, actually, Starscream's soul got sucked into the Book of Vile Darkness. He was revived as a Heartless by Alejandro. But after that, he was sent into the River of Fire. Sunstorm, laughs Jetfire, my friend, I don't care where his soul is. As long as he stays dead. Nico, oh he will. We made sure they will stay dead. They went back to the estate. We were introduced to Sunstorm and he was now part of the team. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Later, as we were watching TV and reading books and playing card games, me and Nico were looking over his Goosebumps books for our next target. Me, how about this one? The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. Nico, let's save that one for later. How about The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight? Me, October is next month. So let's do that one then. Nico, alright. Me, Then I saw one that caught my eye. Me, how about this one? Calling All Creeps? Nico, that was a strange one. That was a dark one too. Alright then. Me, Calling All Creeps it is. This is a really freaky one. The kids on the cover look like B-movie monsters. Lucy Loud, what monsters are those, JD? Me, they look like the monsters from the 1959 movie The Alligator People. That's one of my dad's favorite movies from his past. It was made 60 years ago. Nico, I saw that movie. That was a scary one. That guy was half human, half alligator. Like a gene slammer. Me, exactly like it. It was a scientist that fused him with an alligator that turned him into that. Really fucked up. But these creeps were made by seeds that were in their food. Natasha, Polish accent, what a horrible thing. Olga, no kidding. I can't believe that these creeps are that dangerous. Yukari, they sound like it. But not only that, JD and Naruto killed 3 lizard men at Yokai Academy. Me, I remember that. They were a bunch of chauvinistic bigots. But they died at our hands. Naruto, they sure did, bro. Nico, but what these creeps did really pisses me off. In the end of the book, the creeps had won and enslaved the whole town. Me, I know. And I remember that Ricky in this book turned evil. He's gonna be the first ever Goosebumps protagonist turned villain that we have killed. Nico, no kidding. Lincoln, this kid sounds like he has a lot of problems. Lainey, no kidding. He practically destroyed the whole town and robbed it of its humanity. Me, we're gonna kill the creeps and cure the whole town and kill Ricky. Nico, no. We can kill the rest of the creeps, cure Ricky and then throw him into one of our prisons. He sold out the whole town and destroyed it. We gasped. Me, that motherfucking turncoat. Lynn, I'm gonna rip that kid's fucking head off. Lori, I will literally turn that kid into a human pretzel. Me, after we cure the rest of the town and kill the creeps. Let's go. We were off to Old Stone, Utah. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Old Stone, Utah. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We arrived in the mountains of Utah and we saw the town of Old Stone, 100 miles south of Salt Lake City. It was out in the mountains far away from a major town or city. It was completely in total turmoil and we saw a horrifying sight. All the kids were now turned into creeps and they had enslaved the adults and others into doing their bidding. I pulled out my advanced binoculars and they saw that all the adults were being tortured with cattle prods and more. Me, this is sick. Ricky and those creeps are gonna pay for this. Suddenly we saw a girl escaping from the town. Me, there's a girl running from the town. Nico, let me see. I handed Nico the binoculars and he recognized her. Nico, that's Iris Candler. She's Ricky's best friend. But she wanted no part in joining him. Me, that's good. Maybe she can help us. Nico, where is she heading? Me, I think I know. I did an analysis and it showed that there were traps all over the outside of the town. Me, there's traps all over the place. We got to one of the traps and we saw Iris in a snare trap. Iris C, Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Me, we'll get you down in a section. I took my sword and cut the rope and she was free. Iris C, thanks JD. You have to help us. Me, we know Iris. We'll save the town and we're gonna kill the creeps and throw Ricky in jail. We're gonna cure everyone turned into creeps. Iris C. Thank you all so much. I want to help you all. Me. We need to cure everyone that was human before. Iris C. I can help. Hands me a packet of seeds. Here's the seeds they used to infect us. Me. Great. Now we can synthesize an antidote. But I bet some of them are incurable. Iris C. That's right. Me. Okay, those will be the ones that we kill. Lincoln. How will we know who is who? Me. I'm going to use the Force to identify them. Lana. Good thinking. Me. First we have to get all the people cured and then get everyone that was cured out of here so we can launch our attack from the air. Nico. Okay. Me. Mystique. Clayface. Rubber Band Man. We'll need you to infiltrate the houses to knock some of the creeps out and free the slaves. Mystique. Got it. Me. You give the signal when the slaves are free and Lainey will cure everyone. Then we'll launch the attack and unleash our attacks on Ricky when all the creeps are dead. We need Ricky alive so we can cure him after pummel his ass into oblivion. Mystique. Right. Me. Let's do it. We put our plan into action. Me. May the Force be with us. Mystique went into a creep's room. Female creep. Mystique visits her in the bathroom. What do you want? Mystique. For you to be taken out. Female creep tries to run. Run as fast as you can. It won't be fast enough. Knocks her out. Male creep. Clayface visits him in the bathroom. What are you in here for? You just joined us A&D. Clayface. I'm here to knock you out. Does so with Clay Hammer. Rubber Band Man visits a male creep while he's sleeping on the couch. Male creep. Young. Can't you wait until later? I'm tired. Rubber Band Man. Grins. Oh, you can sleep if you like. In fact, let me help you with that. Forms Rubber Hammer. Male creep. What are you doing with that? I haven't done anything. Gets knocked out. Rubber Band Man. That's enough of your whining. They went in disguised as creeps and they were freeing the slaves and telling them to run. But then Jared, Goosebumps, and Ricky got word of this. Ricky Beamer. To Jared and Clayface. Okay. One of you has betrayed us and is taking out our members. So, which one of you should I kill? Jared. Kill him. He's been acting suspicious. Clayface. Me? You're the one who keeps going outside. Jared. Because I've been checking on the troops. Ricky. Quiet. I'll decide. All of them were tense for a couple of minutes before Ricky shot Jared, killing him. Clayface. You made the right choice, Ricky. Ricky sighs in relief. Clayface. Turns into his real form. For me, at least. He punches Ricky and I released a massive force aura and it marked who was human before they got turned into creeps. The ones marked in blue were human before and the ones marked in red were incurable. Lainey fires an energy field that cured all the creeps that were human, but not the creeps that were incurable. Lainey, everyone get out of here fast. This is gonna get ugly. Everyone evacuated the whole town. I was piloting a Y-wing ship and it was ready to fire. Me. Here we go. I fired lasers and proton torpedoes and blasted the creeps and killed them. Boom. 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 Boom boom. 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 Anakin and Padme were piloting Naboo starfighters and they blew some of the creeps away. Me. Who? Anakin. Awesome. Padme. You all pilot well. Me. We did it all. We blasted all the creeps with lasers and proton torpedoes and killed them all. We even put some of the creeps in containment card prisons and more. One by one we got rid of all the creeps until it was just us and Ricky. We landed our ships and stood ready to face Ricky. He was ugly. Me. You are one ugly motherfucker. Ricky. You all are nothing but a bunch of murderers. Me. You're nothing but a backstabbing fuckpot that gets a sick thrill out of causing pain. Lucy Dark, that's right. You brought nothing but pain and suffering to this whole town. Carly Beth, you make me sick. Ricky, I'm the bad guy here? At least I'm not a murderer. Nico, excuse me? Maria, he shouldn't have said that. Me, no he shouldn't have. Ricky, all the people you killed just to make sure people are safe. And you still plan to kill even more. You don't even care if your friends got hurt in the process. Hell, if you had just checked up on Shin-chan occasionally, you could have prevented the Russian mob from killing her parents and they would still be alive. Nico, shut the hell up. Me, shut the fuck up. Ricky clamped his mouth shut. Nico, everything you just said to me is an absolute and utter load of bull crap. I love and care deeply for my friends and would never intentionally allow anything bad to happen to them. And while I have dropped bodies, I've only done it when they deserved it, something you would never understand. And how dare you blame me for Chin's parents' death? The only one to blame for that is the Russian mob and JD killed them in return. Me, that's right. And I show no remorse for killing them. They don't care who suffers to get what they want. That's why they got what they deserved. Just like your friends the creeps did. Nico grabs Ricky by the collar. How dare you also make it seem like I'm some kind of monster? How dare you make me seem as though I'm the true villain of my own story? And how dare you act all self-righteous, holier than thou, and pretty much claim that everything I touch dies? I have crossed some lines to keep people safe and I know that I'm not perfect. But not every death that's happened is my fault and I'm not going to take responsibility for something that I'm blameless of. Iris, it's been nice knowing you, Ricky. Nico glares at Ricky. In fact, you're the one who sold your own town out by turning almost everyone in it into creeps. Plus, that also helped the Legion of Doom and all the other bad guys out there establish this town as a base of operations. Even though they've probably decided that this town is lost to them now that we're here. And now, you have the temerity of more or less accusing me of being a monster. Well, guess what? While I may have dropped a lot of bodies, at least I've never betrayed my friends all because I was picked on all my life. And that's something you should think about the next time you open your big fucking mouth. Me, you're gonna wish that we killed you when we're done with you, Ricky. I punched him in the face and knocked out some of his teeth, and Nico kicked him in the stomach, and Iris punched him in the stomach and face and kicked him in the crotch. Girl Jordan fired a massive blast of water and got him all wet. Lola fired a powerful blast of fire and burned him, and Lainey wrapped him up in vines and they had thorns and he was screaming in pain. Me, time to show you some of our teamwork. Sunstorm, you got it, boss. Cyber Key Power. The Decepticon Cyber Planet Key went into his back and it enhanced his gamma ray lasers 100-fold. Kick back, let's do it. Kick back turned into his Energon form. Kick back, Cyber Key Power. The Decepticon Cyber Planet Key went into his dual cannon and enhanced it 100-fold and allowed 20 more cannons to pop out. Sunstorm in Kickback. Solar Plasma Firestorm. Sunstorm and Kickback fired powerful blasts of gamma radiation and lasers, and they combined and turned into solar plasma, and they slammed into Ricky and exploded. Crab ho 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 hum. Kenai, time for some bear power. Animatron Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into Kenai's right arm and it enhanced his strength and sharpened his claws to razor-sharp levels. Jetfire turned into his Cybertron form. Cybertron Jetfire, time for some heavy firepower, mates. Cyber Key Power. The Autobot Cyber Planet Key went into his back and a powerful back cannon popped up. Kenai and Cybertron Jetfire. Super Cannon Bear Slash. Kenai slashed Ricky with his claws and Jetfire fired his super cannon and the blast hit him and exploded. Crab ho 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 ho. Iris C, that is so cool. Me, thanks Iris. It's our Cyber Planet Key powers. You can do it too. Go for it. Iris C, okay. Let's me see here. Decepticon Cyber Key Power. The Decepticon Planet Key went into her right arm device and she got Cybertron Crumplazone's shoulder cannons. Iris C. Whoa. This is so cool. Nico, good choice for your first time. Iris C. Thanks Nico. Crumble Crusher Blast. She fired a massive blast of purple energy from the cannons and they hit Ricky and exploded. Crab Crumple Zone. Wow. That was awesome. Ransack, I'll say. Well done Iris. Iris C. Thanks guys. Me. Let's finish him. Mystique. Let's get him. Dark Raven Murder. Mystique fired a powerful cloud of darkness and it turned into a massive murder of crows. They hit Ricky and exploded. Crab Girl Jordan. You and your kind are not welcome here Ricky. Maelstrom Dragon Deluge. Girl Jordan fired a massive blast of water that turned into a powerful dragon of water and it slammed into Ricky with the massive force of a powerful mega tsunami. Iris C. This is for my friends and my family. Firestorm Sword Slash. Iris formed a powerful sword of pure fire and she slashed Ricky and burned him. Me. Watch this Iris. Ready Leah Breaker? Leah Breaker. You know I am JD. I went Super Angel and Leah Breaker turned into a powerful arm. Me. JD Knudsen. Savage Claw Mode. Iris C. That is so cool. Nico. When humans and Transformers work together, we become an unstoppable force. Me. It gets even better Iris. Watch this. Animatron Cyber Key Power. The Animatron Cyber Planet Key went into Leah Breaker and his claws popped out. Me. Super Lion Slash. I slashed Ricky with Leah Breaker and his creep look shattered into a million pieces and he was human again. Ricky. What? No. My power. Iris punched him in the face and knocked him out. Iris C. That was awesome. Leah Breaker. Thanks Iris. Nico. And Ricky has failed this city. Me. And this whole planet. It's the Neptune prison for traitors for him. Iris C. You got that right. Ricky was tied up. Me. If you weren't a kid Ricky, we would make you suffer and then kill you. Ricky was sentenced to life in the Neptune prison for traitors for eternity. He now shares a cell with Mandy. Iris C. This was so cool. Me. Thanks Iris. And you did really well for your first Cyber Key power-up and final smash. Iris C. I sure did. Thank you all so much for helping us deal with the creeps. Nico. Anytime Iris. I just can't believe Ricky said all that. Sheen. Nico. I want you to know that I don't blame you for my parents' death. Nico. I know. Sheen. We've already established that. Iris C. But I think you need to calm down. Since this town is now creep-free, how about we get some ice cream? Me. That sounds great. We went and got some ice cream. Nico caught it Tsarina and Beware. We also destroyed the seeds that made everyone into creeps. Ricky was disowned by his family and he was now condemned to spend the rest of his life in prison without parole. Iris C. To the viewers. No one will stop Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Not even a bunch of stupid creeps. Me. You got that right Iris. We made Iris a member of the Goosebumps Monster Busters. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete and another Goosebumps monster destroyed and imprisoned. What the creeps did in calling all creeps was completely unforgivable. But it was a great story. Nico-chan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.